effort to raise awareness on sustainable management, conservation, and maintainable development of all types of forests, the World Environment Day aims to develop green economies, conserve forests, and ensure that they will be around for generations to come.
We have less than 10% of the original extent of forest left. Yes. Okay? And what's the population of Nigeria? 150 million. We were smaller.
Yes.
And then we had larger forests.
Yes.
And then population keeps expanding, and the forest, what is it doing? Shrinking. So eventually, if we continue with business as usual, definitely we'll get to a point of forest extinction.
Climate change raises real questions about our shared commitment to human rights and what it means to be part of a single human community. It is a reminder that in a world that sometimes appears fractured and divided, we share one thing in common: the planet Earth. We owe it to future generations, our children and their grandchildren, to act now to reduce these risks. The principle of universal human rights demands that we act now. When tackling an issue as complex as global warming and all other environmental hazards, it is easy to lose sight of the human face of climate change. Climate change should actually renew our commitment to the poor state. The world's poor have one thing in common: they did not create the climate crisis now facing humanity, yet they will suffer the earliest and most destructive impacts. For about 3 million people in the world, some 40% of the planet's population, living on less than $2 a day, global warming will erode the gains built up over generations, not just in poverty reduction, but in health, education, nutrition, and many other areas. We know that events such as droughts, floods will become more frequent, intense, and destructive as a result of climate change. When droughts, floods, or storms strike, vulnerable people are forced to sell off productive assets, withdraw children from school, and cut back on nutrition and health spending.
It's a wet Thursday afternoon in Lagos, Nigeria, and you're watching News Track on Channels Television. Welcome. I'm Melinda Akinami.
And I'm Olumide Macaulay. These are the stories we're tracking this hour. In less than 48 hours from now, the people of Anambra State will be going to the polls.
And indeed, the last-minute campaigns are on, with the APC combing the nooks and crannies of the state, hoping to swing voters their way. The APC candidate, Senator Chris Ngige, visited the 3 local government areas in Anambra State, and at various rallying points, he talks about his intention to create policies that will improve the lives of the people.
Anambra West local government is the hometown of the running mate of the APC governorship candidate, Mr. Ralph Okeke. And this is how he and his kinsmen choose to welcome their visitors. Both candidates engaged in dance steps to the admiration of everyone. Women dressed in special attires added color to the occasion. The crowd then settled at the rally ground to be addressed, and being his hometown, Mr. Ralph Okeke spoke first. The team had brief stops on Matani Road at China.
November 16, Saturday. Don't know where I go to. Get to me, Biaka, Evans again. Don't know
The All Progressives Congress got a massive support in the Kusigo and the Zobolo local government areas.
Just like the APC, the PDP has its eyes on the prize as well, with the president joining the fray and rooting for the PDP candidate Tony Nwoye. Dr. Goodluck Jonathan left the Chagum Heads of Government meeting to support the party's governorship candidate and use the opportunity to tell the people why they should vote for the PDP. Our correspondent Sheonga Kimbaloye reports.
After the storm, the Anambra PDP is getting its acts together. In any case, it appears the last-minute campaigns may be paying off. Youths, women, both young and old, all troop out to catch the electrifying scenes. May appear like a carnival of some sort. Even the unfriendly scorching sun could not deter the unyielding supporters here. Members of the National Working Committee of the PDP are well represented. Their speeches were also well targeted.
Come to this big ocean known as PDP. Don't remain in the lake. Swim in the sea. Things must change for Anambra. I speak on behalf of the 23 governors of the PDP that come November 16th. On the 17th, we are ready to accept another member.
Perhaps the youngest of all the candidates, Mr. Nwoye says if he is elected, youth will be a major beneficiary.
President, kidnapping in Anambra today is a lucrative business for the young men who have lost hope. We are not encouraging it, but we are promising Anambarians that within 6 months in office, we are not going to stamp out kidnapping entirely, but kidnapping will be reduced to the lowest ebb in Anambra State.
The biggest speech of the day was that of President Jonathan.
A state that supports me very well. And no pretense about that, totally. So I'm here to ensure that come 16th, we'll guarantee free and fair elections. We provide adequate security to make sure that you express your interest.
Some of the elders in the party also expressed optimism.
We have to get back our position and stop complaining. Anambra State is a leading state in Igbo land. We must make sure that we use this as an example. Anambra people must vote PDP.
Supporters of the PDP and that of Tony Nwoye have thrown out in their numbers here in the commercial city of Onitsha. This is perhaps a campaign that has been spurred by the presence of President Goodluck Jonathan and members of the PDP National Working Committee. It might be few days to the election, but the numbers of people that we